Good evening, good morning. I said good evening. My bad, guys. It's morning time. But good morning, all in users. It's myself and Commissioner Devon.
Yo, yo.
We are giving y'all this week 17 breakdown real quick. As you can see, this is the playoff picture. We're gonna start off with the NFC. NFC guys, there is nobody that's on the outside that can make the playoffs at this point. Everybody that's in, everybody that you see in this top seven is in the playoffs. The seeding is not complete. However, as far as the teams that are in, you guys are in. So we're gonna go to the standings so you guys can get a chance to see what is the breakdown of the NFC standings. As far as the NFC, let's go over to the NFC. The number one seed is the LA Rams at the moment with the number one seed at 14-1. New Orleans is the number two seed at 13-2. Brooklyn is the third seed at 13-2 as well. The Lions, now I will go ahead and tell you guys this. The Detroit Lions will be locked into number four seed for the playoffs. That's going to be locked in because even if he was to win this game, it doesn't really matter because he has three losses. Brooklyn is not going to have to play his game because he's going to play the Chiefs, who's tanking. The Saints has the Giants, so at worst, he'll finish number three at worst. And the Rams are in position between either one or two. So that four spot is completely locked in. Now on to the wild card teams. The Philadelphia Eagles will clinch that five seed. They're going to have a forced win against. Give me a second, guys. That they're going to have a forced win against the Denver Broncos, who's also on vacation. So that game is not going to get played. That's locked in at 11-5. As far as the number 6 and 7 seeds, which is the Cardinals and Giants, it really depends on this week on what's going to happen with those guys. If the Cardinals can defeat the LA Rams, then the Cardinals can stay at 6. However, if they lose the game and the Giants beat the Saints, they will fall to the number 7 seed. The Giants can jump the Cardinals with a victory over New Orleans to fall to get into the number 6 seed. So the games that have to be played between you guys in the NFC, the Cardinals are playing the Rams. That's going to be one of the games you can vote on later on. And the Giants are going to play the Saints. Those are the two games that has significance in the NFC playoff picture. Also, the Lions have to play Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is in a AFC playoff hunt that I will go over soon. But Devon, looking at this standings right now, do you see any changes that's going to happen in this playoff picture yet, or do you think the way it's set up is going to be locked?
I think the way it's going to be set up is going to be locked. You said the Saints have to play who again?
So the Saints is going to go up against Jeremy, who's the New York Giants.
That's going to be a good game. That one's up in the air. The Saints and the Giants, the only one I can really see changing. Like you said, the Barons that take the win. I if the Saints lose to the Giants, which Jeremy is a good player when he gets in the playoff time, like he just won the Super Bowl last season, so not going to say he can't beat Anthony, although Anthony is a pretty good player himself, pretty good user. It's going to be a close game. I see that game going within 3 points. Whoever does win, but it's a very strong potential for the Saints to slip out of that third seed.
I agree 100%. This is definitely, these spots are not locked, guys. I want to tell you guys this right here. 1 through 3 is not locked, and 6 and 7 is not locked. That can change in a matter of these two games that got to be played. Because looking at the seeding scenario, as long as the Rams win, they're in. Long as the Rams win, they're in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You guys don't have to worry about that. If the Rams win, this whole number one seed race is over. However, if the Rams lose and the Saints win, let's go take a look at the
What the Barons?
tiebreaking scenario.
Would it be the Wouldn't it be the Barons because they have
So
more points?
so it depends in this situation. The Saints, I'm gonna look at it because between these two guys right here, even if the Barons win this game and the Saints was to beat the Giants, they played each other head to head 2 weeks ago. So the Saints have the head to head advantage over Brooklyn. So he would need for him to lose. So if the Saints do lose today to the Giants could potentially mess the whole playoff picture up. Here's the tricky part about it. If the Saints win and the Rams lose, the Saints will be the number 1 seed because of this stat right here that you see, Devon. The
Oh yeah, they
Saints
haven't lost
have
in the
not
division.
lost one NFC game this year, which that's going to play a major factor. If the Rams lose their game against the Cardinals and the Saints win, the Saints is the number 1 seed in the NFC because they're the only team in the NFC that has not lost a game in that conference. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, I told you he's a good user. I don't know how, but I gotta get a crumb of his play style, and then we'll see what
I
happens.
know. And also, everyone that's watching, the Saints started 0-2, by the way. They've won their last 13 games. So they have the longest streak in the league with 13 in a row. So, again, this week is very, very important. Now, if the Saints lose to the Giants, this doesn't matter. However, if the Saints was to lose and the Rams still lose, let's go down to Brooklyn. So right now, Brooklyn has two NFC losses as well. The issue here is going to come into play is if the Rams was to go 4-2 in the NFC West, as you guys can see, the Barons went 5-1 in their division. The Rams is 4-1 in the division. This is a divisional game this weekend. So that could end up costing the Rams the number 1 seed. So like we're saying, like me and Devon are saying, this 1-3 can change depending on these games that's coming up. So guys got to be paying attention to this. This could really change. So that's the breakdown of that. Detroit and Philadelphia, y'all might as well get ready to scout each other. You're going to play each other the first round. That's not changing. Eagles are going to win. Lions, no matter what you do, win or lose, you'll be that 4 seed because he's going to lose the disadvantage of the Saints and the Barons in this case right here. So it's going to be Lions and Eagles. That is the one matchup I know for sure is locked in. Okay, let's go to the wild card picture. Like I said, the wild card picture in the NFC can change. If the Cardinals defeat the Rams, they stay at 6. If they don't, they fall to 7, depending on if the Giants beat the Saints. If the Giants beat the Saints, they move to the 6th spot. That's the only way it happens, though. If both of them lose, then the Cardinals stay at 6. So the Cardinals, as you can see, Devon, the Cardinals have 7 NFC wins to the Giants 6. So that's going to end up playing a difference in this conference over here. So before we go over to the AFC, you got anything else to say about the NFC?
No, not the NFC. I just think that it's going to be very interesting to see how the top seed plays out, just because of everything that's going on. But
Yes, sir.
I don't know. I think that KD is going to keep that top spot. I think the only spot that really going to be moved, this is my bold prediction, the only spot that's going to be moved is the Saints. I think Jeremy put out.
Okay. So we got Devon picking the Giants to knock off the Saints, and this is an intriguing thing as well. Let me point this out to you guys that are watching the stream. The Saints and Giants currently are locked for 2 in the 7 playoff game. So if the Saints was to win, they're running this back because that's the current wild card matchup as we speak.
They run it back. Yeah, because I can say everybody in the NFC on the NFC side is dangerous in their own way. So it's going to be a good playoff run to watch.
Yes, sir. This is gonna be a fun one. Over to the AFC now. The Oklahoma City Nighthawks, aka the New York Jets. They are the number one seed. They're gonna be the number one seed because they're gonna get a. As we mentioned a few minutes ago. Well, we haven't mentioned it yet, but you're gonna find out now. They got New England. New England is due to scheduling issues. He will not be able to play this last game, so the Nighthawks will clinch number one seed. Right now, they went on ahead and started a little sooner, but the Bengals and Ravens are playing right now. The Ravens are the 2 seed currently. The 3 seed is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 4 seed is going to be the Chargers. It hasn't been clinched via Madden. However, we all know that Denver's out of town, so that's over with. The Chargers are going to win that division. The Bengals is going to be the 5 seed at 11-4, or whatever this record is. He's going to stay there. Salute to Devon and the Buffalo Bills. They're going to make the postseason because they got a forced win this week against the Miami Dolphins. They're going to finish 10-6. That's 3-6 matchup is locked. Well, the 6th spot is locked because that 3 and 2 can change. We'll talk about that in a minute. And at the moment, the New England Patriots are the 7th seed at the moment, as we mentioned. This can change because of we'll break down that scenario. But the reason that we're going to go back to 2 and 3, like I said, Devon is locked in at 6 with Buffalo. Here's the problem that I'm bringing up. Reason why I'm saying that your playoff match is not locked yet, bro. The Jaguars is gonna get a forced win, so he's gonna finish 14-2. The Ravens are playing the Bengals right now. If the Bengals was to sweep the Ravens fall to 3. The Jaguars would go to number 2 because he would be 14-2, whereas Baltimore will be 13-3. So that's the only significant spot in the top 4 that can change. So either way, he's gonna be Baltimore or Jacksonville. So go ahead and get your scouting report ready, brother. That's gonna be your wild card matchup. Either or.
Yeah, I trust me. Last season I played Jay. It was a close game. Came right down to the wire. I had less of a team back then, but we'll see if it's the same. I know his team is just as good, if not better now, with all the trades that he does every season. Same thing with Allen. Whoever I play is going to be a tough game. I really don't like playing playoff Allen. Playoff P, playoff Allen. And then
I respect
and then
I respect that nickname, man.
And then
But,
huh? Go ahead.
Wait.
I was saying just with Jay's team in itself, he's dangerous with Kyler. It's hard to contain him.
Yes, sir. I agree with that. Now let's go to the AFC standings. Right now, as I mentioned to you guys, it doesn't show a lot because Madden is Madden. So the division titles are locked with these 3. The Chargers are going to be 4, they're 8-7. Buffalo's going to finish with the 6th seed. The Bengals have the 5 seed. Here's the scenario. New England is 9-6, but they're going to have a forced loss. Now, let's enter the first team that can make a wild card push. The Cleveland Browns play the Chargers today. If Cleveland knocks off the Chargers, that 7th spot goes to Cleveland. Because when it comes down to tiebreaker, I know. When it comes down to tiebreaker, let me show you guys a tiebreaker scenario of why Cleveland would jump the Patriots if it came down to a tiebreaker scenario. Both guys, let me go to this first of all. Because of this loss, the Patriots are going to finish 2-4 in the AFC. Cleveland also finished 2-4 in the AFC North, excuse me. Another factor, the Browns would have a 7-5 AFC record. The Patriots are going to fall to 7-5 in the AFC. Similar to the Detroit-Brooklyn situation, it's going to come down to points per game. New England has 415. Cleveland hasn't played yet. They have 483. So points per game is going to give the edge with a win over the Los Angeles Chargers. That would move Cleveland to the number 7 seed. Other teams in the race is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh can clinch the final spot with a victory over the Detroit Lions and a Cleveland loss to the Chargers. The only interesting factor here is going to be tiebreaker scenario. If Pittsburgh wins and Cleveland doesn't, they still might miss the playoffs for one reason, and that's because the Patriots have a 7-4 AFC record. That conference record comes into play when it comes down to the playoff bracket. So New England could still be in the postseason if Cleveland doesn't get the job done. So really, it's on Cleveland. Just to be honest with you, it's on the Browns to get the job done. If they don't get the job done, there's still a high percentage shot that New England makes the playoffs with that 7 seed and plays either Baltimore or Jacksonville. So that's going to be the intriguing situation right there. What do you think about this craziness that's at the number 7 spot as we get to the end of the playoff push?
Well, having the Patriots be on vacation right now, it's very intriguing as far as who's going to make the playoffs in his spot. So the Steelers, they can't, even if they do win their game, they're not going to be able to make it at all if you and the Steelers win.
Tricky thing is this, like I was just mentioning, the Steelers went 5-7 in the AFC. Their next game is going to be an NFC game. So,
it wouldn't matter.
So even if they do beat the Lions, that game does nothing for them as far as the AFC playoff picture. Whereas the Browns were 6-5, and then the Patriots have a 7-4 AFC record. So if Cleveland don't get the job done, New England's going to be in that spot, and more than likely it's going to be a forced win, probably, or you can either play that guy on auto, or you could get a forced win whoever's the 2 seed, because really it's up to Cleveland at this point. That's kind of it's weird as it sounds. It's what it's looking like it's going to be. If Cleveland don't get the job done against the Chargers, it's looking like it's going to be a automatic dub for the first round of the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I think that I think the Browns need to win that game, man. Got to make the playoffs. But I just as far as for me, the Bills, I'm not looking forward to seeing Jay or Allen. Rather be sitting in that 5th seed, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I got confidence in myself, but I haven't played the Chargers yet, or the Bengals actually. I haven't played either one of them, so I'd rather play them with a fresh head rather than playing 2 teams that I've already played before and lost badly. But I think you got this, bro. I think if you, like you said, if you win your game today, then you can be that factor that changes the whole bracket.
Yes, sir. That's where it's looking like. The Browns still have a shot to make the postseason. As weird as it sounds, we'll see. I'll see what happens with this situation today. I'm the Browns using this league, so it's up to me to beat the Chargers, and I will end up either playing the Ravens in Jacksonville. I honestly can say that I fare a lot better against Jacksonville than I do Baltimore, but just to get into the postseason, we'll see what happens. But that's the situation here in the AFC. Now, before we go on, I'm gonna go ahead and point out the games that will have to be played this week. Right now, the Bengals and Ravens are playing as we speak, so that game is getting out of the way. The other games that has to be played at the moment is Browns Chargers, Rams Cardinals, Buccaneers Cowboys. That's a fair sim. Giants and Saints will be played. That's an NFC implication game. And Lions and Steelers. So only 5 games can be played. Everybody else, you either have a forced win or a forced loss. So let's see what happens with these guys in this situation. But let's go over to the award race. As you remember, we keep up with the award race let me go to the weekly award race. Excuse me. So as far as weekly award winners, Jonathan Taylor, Marshawn Lattimore, TJ Watt, and George Pickens are the 4 players of the week. If you have a player on any of those squads, you have a +2 sitting in to me at the end of the stream. That's just to give you guys
carries, 204 yards. Man.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor.
8
Yeah.
receptions, 225 yards.
So it's about that George Pickens game. George Pickens was playing for a breakout, so I had to go over 200 yards to get him
Oh
to
yeah,
an X
yeah.
factor. So I got him to an X factor. So salute to George Pickens, my rookie receiver. But yeah, that's the scenario with that. Let's go to the yearly awards. Okay, we got a live update coming in. So it's gonna the Ravens lead 24-14 at the half. Again, that could be a lock number 2 seed if the Ravens hold on to win. Thank you for the update. As far as the MVP race, Jonathan Taylor leads the MVP race, of course.
It could be
With
just
Kyle,
45 rushes a game, or
you
200
get it.
yards a game.
When you run for 800 rushes a game, you're definitely going to be in the race. But anyways, Kyler Murray is number 2, and Spencer Rattler has jumped up the MVP race board to number 3. Very intriguing. I see one of the comments about Jonathan Taylor. I cannot share that on the stream, but thank you for your comments. NFC Offensive Player of the Year award race looking like Jonathan Taylor's going to be number 1. You got Saquon Barkley sitting at 2 with the New York Giants, and Tony Pollard is having a pretty good year because he's third in the Offensive Player of the Year race. As you said, Devon, Jonathan Taylor, he gets 9,000 carries a game, so you might as well be number 1. Let's see, Defensive Player of the Year race, Troy Apke leads it at number 1. Isaiah Polamalu, the rookie out of New Orleans, he's number 2. And Jabril Peppers is number 3. Of course, the Bears is leading that race again. Offensive Rookie of the Year looks like it's going to go to Spencer Rattler, the quarterback. He's a rookie for New Orleans. Isaiah Spiller's number 2 in the race. He's number 2 at the Rams. And Sean Shivers, also from New Orleans, is in the Offensive Rookie of the Year race. Defensive Rookie of the Year race, Isaiah Palomar is also in that race as well. With Ventrell Miller at number 2, that's a rookie. And Evan Fields also is a rookie out of Seattle. Best quarterback race, number 1 right now is Spencer Rattler. Salute to Jared Goff in the Detroit Lions. You're number 2 in that race with Daniel Jones at 3. Best running back, Jonathan freaking Taylor. One of our guys said interest should be all strictly for Jonathan Taylor.
Honestly,
I'm trying to tell you. Anyway,
somebody got to put a hit out on that man, bro.
that's what Saquon Barkley's number 2 and Tony Pollard's 3rd. Best wide receiver, Odell Beckham leads the best receiver race with Darius Slayton at 2 and Tariq Milton at 3 for the New Orleans Saints. Best offensive lineman, Quentin Nelson for Brooklyn with Teron Armstead and another Brooklyn offensive lineman with Morgan Moses at 3. Best defensive lineman, we got Joey Bosa out of Atlanta leading the race with Montez Sweat and Chandler Jones at 2 and 3 respectively. Best linebacker, Ventrell Miller is number 1 with Jamin Davis at 2 and Isaiah Simmons at 3. Best defensive back is Troy Apke at number 1 with Jabril Peppers at 2 and Sean Lattimore at number 3. Best kicker is Graham Gano. So let's go to the AFC. AFC Offensive Player of the Year race right now. Ravens is number 1 with Kyler Murray. Number 2 is Joe Mixon. And number 3 is Marquise Brown.
See Josh Allen up there? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh, my bad. My bad.
Nah, you good,
Go
good.
back. He's in the top 5. Salute to Josh Allen with Kaepernick at 4. Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Adams is 1 with Ashton Davis at 2, Patrick Quinn at 3, Obi Melifonwu at 4. Should not believe I got that man name correct. And Stephon Gilmore is 5th. That's the top 5. Top 5 for rookies. Malik Willis is number 1 for New England. George Pickens is number 2 in Cleveland. Number 3 is Jaden Daniels for the Broncos. Number 4 is Christopher Brown Jr. for the Browns. And number 5 is John Mechie. So that's the top 5 for rookies. For the top 5 for the defensive players, Anthony Adams is 1. Smoke Monday is number 2. Brandon Joseph is 3rd. Josh Joby is 4th. And Amari Burney is 5th. Shout out to the Chiefs also as well. They got a win last week. Salute to you guys. But best quarterback race, top 5. Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. That's the top 5 race. That's running back Joe Mixon, Dalvin Cook, Travis Etienne, Austin Eckler, and TJ Logan. Oh my God, TJ Logan's been built to an 82. Salute OKC. Because what was he, like a 60-something overall season 1?
Yeah, 68, 69.
Yeah, he's definitely not that high up on the list. So top 5 receivers, Marquise Brown is number 1. George Pickens is number 2. Rondale Moore is 3rd. Calvin Ridley's 4th. And Stephon Diggs is 5th. That's your top 5 receiver race. Best offensive lineman, Ronnie Stanley's number 1. Brandon Linder's number 2. Balaga's 3rd with the Chargers. Andrew Norwell is 4th with the Jaguars. And Wyatt Teller is 5th with the Browns. Best defensive lineman, Josh Allen's number 1. Nolan Smith's number 2. Chase Young is 3rd. TJ Watt is 4th. And Calais Campbell is 5th. That's linebackers is Patrick Queen and 3 freaking Jaguar linebackers back to back to back with Miles Jack, Caleb Von Chason, and Quincy Williams at 2, 3, and 4 respectively, with Foye Oluokun at number 5. Best DBs with Troy Brown and Obi Melifonwu at 1 and 2. Anthony Adams is 3rd. Ashton Davis is 4th, and Stephon Gilmore is 5th. Best kickers. Top 3 kickers right now is Chris Boswell, Tyler Bass of Buffalo. I said Cleveland. Excuse me, guys. Of Buffalo. And Josh Lambo of the Jaguars. With Fairburn and Bucker at 4 or 5 respectively. That is your race. Are you surprised with any teams in that race?
Not really. I see a lot of those teams. They have those players at sub linebacker, so you can tell where all those interceptions are coming from. Straight up, trying to pass through the middle.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you were aware of this. If the stream, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we have now if you get a NFL record in the regular season, you get a +2. As you can see, just to show you guys, Kyler Murray with Baltimore is 5th in this race right now. He would need to throw for 700 yards basically in this game that he's playing right now to catch the record. Let's see. Tua broke it last year, but Tua's no longer on the Dolphins. He's with Tennessee. You'll get a +2 if you break that record. Passing touchdowns. Kyler entered this game tied at 59. So he more than likely is going to break that record and get a +2. Rushing yards, as of course as you see, Jonathan Taylor is number 1 and number 2. As you can see.
He'll have or not. He's number 1 right now.
He's 1 and 2. He was number 1 last year.
Yeah,
he beat his own record.
I just want to see what the quarterback stats are for that team.
You and me both. Let's see. Rushing touchdowns. Oh my God. 39. 39 this season with Jonathan Taylor. He was tied for 3rd all-time last year with 27. Receiving yardage, Marquise Brown has broke Calvin Johnson's record with 2,200 receiving yards. I don't think anyone else is in the top 5. No, the rest of the top 5 is what it usually is. Receiving touchdowns, Marquise Brown, if he has 2 touchdowns, let's see. Antheus, this is the Saints user said the man going to really run for about 3,000 yards. I know. Another guy said that the Ravens have just secured. So the number 2 spot is secure. Baltimore's going to clinch the number 2 spot. So Jacksonville and Buffalo's going to be the 3 versus 6 matchup. So you got Allen. And Kyler and Marquise have broke their record. Huh?
So not too happy about that.
Oh man. you can do it. You can do it. Nobody's catching Michael Slant God Thomas in that race. Shout out to Chris. I don't know if you're watching the stream. I know you're a Saints fan. I said it for you. Nobody's catching him right now. Defensive sacks, nobody's coming to that race yet either in this league. Interceptions, nobody's coming to that race either. So, as you can see, that's the NFL record race. Just a reminder for everyone for season number 3. If you break an NFL record, you will be able to claim your guys for a +2. depending on per record. Let's go to the NFL passing standings. I just want to show this while we're on here.
Yeah, go to the Barons real quick. I just want to see. The
We're
stats.
gonna go there. So Kyler right now leads with 5,230 yards passing. With Spencer Rattler coming, Spencer Rattler is creeping up that board fast at number 2. With Burrow at 3, Kaepernick at 4, Brady at 5. Josh Allen's right there on Brady in that race as well. Passing touchdowns. Kyler's 1, Spencer's 2, Goff is 3rd, Daniel Jones is 4th, and Josh Allen is 5th. That's the top 5. Those guys have thrown for 40 touchdown passes this season. Let's go to the rushing yards. Jesus, take the wheel. 393 rushing attempts for 2,772 yards for Jonathan freaking Taylor and 39 rushing touchdowns. In the top 5 is Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Isaiah Spiller, and Dalvin Cook for Baltimore. This is ridiculous.
He's getting 7 yards a carry, bro. Come on.
Heck, he probably get 30 yards, 30 carries a game at this rate. 393?
Yeah,
that's wild.
That's about 20, 30 carries a game.
So let's look at the top receivers. So Marquise Brown is blowing it out the water with 2,290 yards receiving and 22 touchdowns, both for NFL records. George Pickens has creeped up that board at number 2. You got Odell Beckham at 3, Darius Slayton at 4, Keenan Allen is having a good year, 1,393 and 11 touchdowns. A few more guys in that top races. Rico Gafford with 1,377 and 14 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley got 1,362 with 10, and Tariq Milton has 1,359 with 15. So it's kind of balanced. Anthony said, "Throw to somebody else, Jay Lee."
I mean, that man, he gets open. It's that post.
He's been building that guy. Let's go to
the middle. Can't get covered.
Yes, sir. Let's go to the sack leaders. The sack leaders. Chandler Jones is number 1 with 16.5. Josh Allen with 14.5 on the season. TJ Watt has 13.5. Joey Bosa has 13. And Cameron Butler, the rookie for the Rams, has 12.5. Salute to you guys. Get some of these rookies involved. Interception leader Troy Apke has 13. Troy Brown has 11. Tony Brown, excuse me. Marshawn Lattimore has 10. Jabril Peppers has 10. And Melifonwu has 10. With C.J. Henderson, Monday, Adams, Ashton Davis, Gilmore. It's a lot of guys that got 9 interceptions on the year. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to name all the guys.
Free safety ain't cool, man.
Yeah. A lot of these guys. Hey, a lot of these guys are eat that freaking safety. So that's the stat race for the league. Let's go to, we're going to go to the top 10 draft pick race while we're in here. I don't have a first rounder right now, but I will be trying to go for somebody first rounder. Better trade me. But I ain't going to bother nobody.
I've been trying to get you to trade me for a minute, man.
Oh, man. So we're going to just go down the list. Tampa has the 7th pick in the draft. Trying to find all the top 10 guys. The Chiefs is the number 2 pick, and they also have Baltimore's 27th pick later in the draft in the first round. Coach, you need to get you some first rounders and second rounders, please. The Dolphins have the number 3 pick via the Titans and the number 9 pick themselves. As you know, Shaq right now is getting his team ready for next season. We know that. But 2 top 10 picks for that guy's dangerous. Moving forward, let's go. The 49ers is looking like they're going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. So the 49ers fans can get ready to get their guy at number 1. Let's see. It's keeping it moving along the list. Like the Nighthawks has 2 first rounders. The Packers are going to have the 8th pick in the draft. Carolina's going to be number 6 at the moment. New England has their first. Raiders is the 4th pick in the draft. But the Raiders have 2 second rounds, including they did a trade with Buffalo last season. So they got the Buffalo second round pick. Let's go to the Rams has the 32nd pick right now. Gotta look at the Ravens and GM Jay Lee. He has the 15th, 25th, and 28th pick in the draft. The Saints have a top 10 pick in the draft and their own pick. So New Orleans is right now sitting here chilling with a top 10 pick. They're going to be the number 2 seed at worst. Let's see. Seattle has Denver's pick. Steelers have their own pick. Texans don't have their first rounder. Tennessee don't have a first rounder. Minnesota has the 5th pick, the 11th pick from Atlanta, the 13th pick from the Texans, and the 20th pick from Chargers. So this is you get a chance to see. I'm just going down the list so you know who you need to go look for if you're trying to get picks for this draft. Because as I mentioned on the group page, again, there are now 20 legends in the draft. They do not have the legend player names. Keep that in mind. If you look, I've posted the picture of the guys. So you can't say I'm not helping you guys out. There's 20 legends on the page. You see the guys. You better do your research because this is the last week of scouting until the offseason because the playoffs is right after this week. So if you haven't get your scouting, go ahead and do your scouting now because I promise you, you will not want to miss out on picking that legendary player because if you do, I wouldn't say it on draft night what I'm going to give the person for picking a legendary player. So do your scout. You got anything to say about that scouting, Devon?
Other than I need to catch up on it. I say everybody just do your research. Make sure you look at it closely. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they'll be sort of easy to tell once you go in and actually scout. I know once draft time comes, it'll be way easier to see who they are, or at least somewhat of a clear image of what they are because of the just combine results or whatever. But
that's true.
other than that, I just hope to be able to select the one that I want. Cause I think you put Sean Taylor in there, right?
Yeah, Sean Taylor is in this class. He's
Yeah,
definitely in this
Sean Taylor,
class.
Michael
So
Vick. I'm trying to get at least one. I don't know about the receivers. I might have to make some moves. So if anybody watching, if y'all want Julio or Stephon or both in the off season, come holler at me. Both of them are both of them are available. ARs, 99 X Factors. Julio is maxed all the way out. So holler at me. Don't come with no, I'm looking for early first round picks, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see what I can get out of those.
yes, sir. I'm showing this players of the week one more time, guys, for the ones that did see it earlier. But again, the Ravens and Bengals game is over now, I believe. Let me make sure. I think that game has been played. That game is finished. Thank you for the update. 38-14 final score Cincinnati versus Baltimore. So the Ravens have the number 2 seed officially, and Bengals will finish with the 5 seed in the AFC, respectively as well. So now let's go try to check a quick update at the NFL record because I believe he broke both of them. Let's go to the season. Yes, he didn't break the passing yards. He did break the touchdown passes. So Jay Lee, you have 4 more touchdown passes than Tua did in 2020. Send me a +2 for that. Let's go look at the receiving yardage. The receiving yardage is going to finish with 24.56. He broke the NFL record of Randy Moss's in 07. Send me the +2 for that one as well. So that's an update on that. So that game is over. That game was going to be one of the games I'm going to have y'all vote on, but we've been on the stream and they went on ahead and started, which is cool. So that game is over with. So we got 4 more games left. So now it's only 4 games remaining that needs to have a result out of it. Again, Giants and Saints. I'm going to go ahead and make you guys game of the week. So Giants and Saints will be game of the week. So I'm going to have a poll up. Devon, if you want to create a poll for me real quick, you can.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, Giants and Saints is game of the week. Rams and Cardinals, you have an opportunity to get a +4 off of Rams Cardinals. Browns Chargers is going to have to get played. And Lions and Steelers is the last game that has to be played. Antheus, I don't want to hear it. You are in a position to try to get you're in a playoff race, sir. Be nice. Send me those eye roll emojis. What's wrong with you, sir? Anyways,
What's the
that
other
is
game of the week?
so the ones that can be for +4 will be the other four game will be Rams Cardinals. So those 2 games right there will be the 2 games that we'll talk about going forward. So that should wrap up the stream, everyone, for now. Again, now that since the stream, we have found out that 2 and 5 is locked in the playoff picture. So technically, everything is locked except the number 7 seed out in the AFC. That has changed within the stream. So, guys, good luck this last week. Let's see who makes the postseason, and we'll be back on here probably tomorrow to talk about the playoff hunt. And also, get ready to make your Super Bowl prediction, guys, because once we get that final 7 locked in, I want to see what you guys are going to pick. I will talk to you guys in the chat or wherever else, man. Y'all have a good one. Devon, got anything else to say before we get off?
Nah, just good luck to everybody making the playoffs. Let's get these games in. Let's get into another season for Madden 22 comes out. But other than that, let's get it.
Yes, sir, y'all. Have a good one. We'll see y'all next time.
See y'all next time.